It's been a nightmare. Everyone tells you when you could become a lawyer, you're naive and optimistic, and something's gonna happen that sort of shatters that illusion for you, and that's what happened to me the other day.
Yeah. Um. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a shit show. It's not good.
Um.
I think when I share the rest of the story, not to be,
I want to hear it all.
it's not good. It's not good.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I'm afraid to see what comes out of this.
I don't think Kay's coming.
Okay.
So, I'd like to know in advance, and then, whenever he's available.
Yeah. So yeah. Pretty much. I'm trying to think of where I left off. So yeah, warrants go out. Okay. I talked to. Hold 1 second. Okay, so warrants go out. I talked to the Saints. The Saints are willing to have one of their boys jump on the grenade for everyone else. The idea being that if we're just talking DNA evidence here, just blood on scene, I think I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that's enough for those charges to stick. So talk to them. They're like, let me get back to you. We'll have a chat internally. While that's happening, DeMarco says, look, I've already put my life on the line once. Let me just do it again. Let me just, be that person. And the idea being that, we'd fight it. And I guess we were just being overly optimistic that it would work out. 2 judges available at that time. So I call Slacks in good faith and say, look, DeMarco is willing to come in. Let's talk about this warrant. So,
Sorry, 1 second.
yeah,
Nino.
Hi, Nino. I have a representation for you. It is going to be for Carl Johnny Black. He's going to be looking at sale of drug charges.
Okay. I'll be down. Can I get can you ask him, can I get 10 minutes? Because I'm all the way in Toledo.
Okay.
And my vehicle's busted, so.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I won't be asking him any questions. I do have an interrogation because I do want to ask him a couple questions.
Okay.
That I think you would probably be relevant to be here for. So yeah, just be advised of that.
All right, sounds good.
Kill. Bye.
All right, bye. You want to come down for interrogation, sale of drugs?
Yeah.
Call Johnny Black?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down for it.
You
want to go now, or do you want to?
No. I want to hear this first.
Okay.
I told him my car's busted in Toledo, so.
Okay. Yeah. So, call Slacks in good faith. Say, Justin's gonna come in. We're gonna handle this, and we get there. They put Justin in the cell. I asked for a bench review of the warrant, knowing that there's a pretty good shot that a judge is going to say there's at least sufficient PC for the warrant to stick, right? But I told Justin, PC and beyond a reasonable doubt are very different burdens of proof. Just because a judge says yes to the warrant doesn't mean that'll have that same outcome in a bench trial. That's what happens, right? So judge approves the bench warrant, saying there's enough PC to push the charges. So I tell Slacks, or I think it was Frost that was there. Okay, I want a bench trial then. And the feedback I get after waiting 15 minutes is that, again, keep in mind, there are judges available. I think there was Adams and Angel at that time. What I heard from the lawyer wasn't that judges weren't available. It's that the judges did not want to take the case. So what happens?
What?
DeMarco gets sent up for close to 700 months. I think that's like 10, 11 hours.
Oh
And
my God. Are these guys stupid?
mm,
So they got a guy who's literally coming out as a co-owner of a gang, telling everything about that gang to the police department.
yep.
And they're like, you know what? Your blood is here.
Yep.
Let's go and throw you into prison where you can die.
Uh-huh. And yeah, 700 months. I think it was like close to $100,000 fine.
Where the fuck did they find these cops?
I don't know.
Do they all got fucking, so many of them got so much fucking brain damage.
And
Like,
here's the thing.
do they not have any goddamn critical thinking?
Here's the thing too.
It's not that difficult. I mean, think about it. When you're a fucking kid, right? You got that little fucking plastic box with the fucking square pegs in it, you know? And you're like, oh man, you know, the square peg doesn't fit in the fucking triangle. Hey, you know what that deduces? That you put the square in the square and the triangle in the triangle. But no, they so used to, no, mommy, I don't want to fucking figure this out. I just want some fucking candy. Give me some fucking candy, Mom. Just give me some goddamn candy. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, fucking Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? There should be like a minimum, like IQ test, you know, that's required before you become a cop. Because, you know, they ask you a bunch of questions before you get your gun license. But apparently, like these guys, they I don't know why, they literally, their entire mode of operation is, how do I get my personal satisfaction right now?
Yeah.
And if you have anything to say against me, they take it personally, like a bunch of fucking children.
Yep.
Hey, what's your ping number? You should probably come alone.
333.
All right.
You said come along?
Yeah, I'd come alone.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit.
I'll see you soon.
Oh my God. Okay, K's on his way.
Okay. I mean, I can hold off on the rest until then, but basically, at this point, right? Here's the thing, and I think this is why it's important for K to be here, because I guess talking to DeMarco, Vinny got fucking pissed that DeMarco turned himself in, but I think giving the context behind it is important because there were judges available at the time. In my mind, right? I know I can fight these charges. I know I can fight them. At the very least, maybe they get felony trespassing. Fine. Not a big deal. But I know I can fight them. It's just, the problem is, I can't even do my fucking job because judges won't take cases. There is no DOJ. And we're in a stranglehold right now. So you would think, well, I shouldn't be thinking this, but I would have thought that the cops would at least try to be somewhat helpful. And they aren't. And so it's just this, I can't do my job, basically.
This is actually fucking insane. Hold on,
Nino, it gets
respond.
worse. It gets worse.
Bro.
Hello.
Hey, it looks like I'm gonna get caught up here for a second. Is there anyone else you bring down, unless he's willing to wait a bit longer?
Yeah, he specifically requested you, so I'll
Could
ask
you
him.
KJ, like, would he be okay with waiting like 15 more minutes?
All right. Yeah.
Let him know that I'd be down there in a second. It's just, I gotta handle this first.
All right. I didn't know y'all were like cool like that, KJ. I didn't know he had a nickname like that. That's kind of cool, KJ.
What?
Never mind. I will ask him. I'm right
Okay.
next to him.
All right. I appreciate it. What the fuck? Oh my god. Fuck me in the ass.
It's
These guys are such scheming little fucks. I genuinely think that there's enough like collective brain damage that they genuinely, you know.
KJ, cool name. Yeah, he said he will wait for you.
Okay, perfect. We're not sleeping with each other. Used to run Cafe back in the day.
I didn't.
Yeah. By the way,
Okay.
let me ask you a question. Are you in LSPD or BCSO?
BCSO.
Do you know what rank Maxwell is?
Maxwell Watson?
Maybe.
If I had to guess, senior?
Yeah. I got you. I'm just asking because I need to talk to somebody about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too serious. I think she's confused that citizens having video footage, they're not compelled to hand it out over the police department.
Oh, slay.
So
All right.
A little bit of
that's-
retraining might be in order, you know?
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
do any of that. All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I from what I know, senior.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, hey, have you thought about mayor yet? Have you seen my website?
Mm-mm.
VoteNino.com. Y'all
Are you running
deserve-
for Blaine County?
I'm running for Los Santos.
Oh, I don't care.
I thought you were LSPD.
No, I'm Blaine County. I'm
Oh,
BCSO.
shit. Well, hey, you're probably going to be in good hands.
Ooh, all right.
All right.
With what?
Well, Cornwood, I
Bobby?
hope.
Oh, Cornwood. Okay. Yeah,
Well, you
sure.
don't want him as mayor? I think that's a good thing.
I didn't know he was running, to be honest. So.
Yeah, he's all over Twitter.
Cool. All right. Good to know.
All right.
All right. Bye.
You take care. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, I didn't know you had such a beautiful voice there, Kay.
God damn it.
Gentlemen.
Well, it seems like you're in a good mood.
Well, you know, just had to take care of some business, you could say.
Well, has Vinny mentioned what happened with DeMarco?
7 months love
asked me
watching
the
the
dumbest
diversity
motherfucker
that you
I've
can
ever met.
RP truly
Okay.
top
To
tier,
turn himself
enjoying
in
the
for some
content
shit like that without
DasMEHDI.
a fucking plan? You gotta be fucking stupid.
Yeah, it gets a little worse.
I can
Worse.
provide the context around that.
And Vinny told me that you let it happen, Rick. What's going on with that?
Yeah. So here's what happened. DeMarco and I are hanging out a couple days ago. Slacks calls DeMarco, says we need to chat. DeMarco's like, hey, can you come along? You know, just to have legal representation there. Expecting it to be a somewhat casual conversation, but still, just in case. We go. Slacks takes us to the vineyards. Some house up vineyards. It's Slacks, On Fire, Riker, and pretty much Slacks says, "Look, DeMarco, we've done so much for you. We gave you a house. We tried to protect you. Whatever. This is bullshit. Why is your DNA on scene for July 3rd?" Basically puts DeMarco in a trap, right? He says, either he says, no, I wasn't there, or yeah, I was there. Either way, he fucks himself. So he says, I don't know why my DNA was there. No clue. Slacks takes that as him lying, asks for the key back, tells him he's on his own. But the thing is, right, like, if he said, yeah, whatever, right? Same outcome. My thing is, I don't think they really cared to protect him to begin with, and I really don't think
No, they don't.
there was an investigation to begin with. I think it was...
There wasn't. We had to
Where's think of the 7 months?
So, that happens, takes the key, says you're on your own. Tough luck. Drops us back off. During that process, Slacks does mention that warrants are going out. Everyone's going to be looking at felony trespassing, 14 counts of accomplice to attempted murder, and FAFO.
I'm confused why Slash is trying to act like he even did shit. They did absolutely nothing for DeMarco.
Yeah,
Nothing.
No.
Exactly. I mean, he tried to guilt trip the fuck out of him.
He literally,
Didn't do shit.
based on what you said, it sounds to me like Slacks attempted to extort DeMarco to spilling shit to him and doing what Slacks wanted. Otherwise, he was going to get outed and thrown into prison so that he could die. And then they took away his safe house. Like, it literally one of the most incompetent motherfuckers ever. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. Slacks fucking called me and asked me what I thought about him starting his own department for investigations. And I'm like, what investigations have you even completed? Name one. Name one.
Done shit.
Yeah.
The fuck are you gonna do with the You're gonna drive around with a detective vest and be like, oh, I'm a detective. Oh, look. Oh, ignore. Oh, look, Cheng Gang going after them. Ignore. Oh, Nino Chavez, must investigate him. Ignore. Oh, the city hall's getting shot up. Oh, guys, code blue. Let's all hide in the Mission Row PD and lock all the doors.
That's actually what they did. It's insane.
They
gave up the most important building in the entire fucking city.
This dumb prick asked me during the rally this morning. She's like, did you dare talk to anybody about this? Or did you know that we were only in there for 15 minutes coming up with a plan? I told that dumb prick, I have a videotape of it all. They were in there for about 40 to 50 minutes. And that's what I've got recorded.
Oh, listen, everyone was in the courthouse for a while. Long before. They took a long time.
I feel like at this stage, well, here's the good news. Turns out mayor gets to decide the chief of police. And I genuinely think that before you become a cop, you need, the little toy where like the kids got to put the fucking square into the square peg? That minimum bond needs to be passed. Because I think that would delete like 40% of the cops at this stage. Like, there's no common sense, and there's no there's no critical thinking. Like, if you can't think critically, how you should not be a police officer. It's
we're
that
talking
simple.
all the way at the top too. I mean, I had this conversation with Ruby about these warrants. Sergeants, like it's all over the place.
Ruby is the most useless.
Yeah.
Ruby is... I don't understand her. I don't.
Yeah. So look, that happened, right? Warrants go out. There's about 16 people. I call Saints, know some people there, talk to them, tell them if they do get picked up, ask for a lawyer, ask for bench review, ask for a bench trial. If your lawyer doesn't do that, get a new lawyer. If you've got equipment, hide it. I call some of the CG guys. I call the clowns. Just the thing is, right, I don't want anybody to get picked up and then the cops offer, I'll give you 20% time off for a guilty plea. And then everyone gets fucked. So my thing is, you get picked up, call a lawyer. The Saints request a meeting. So I meet them up at the observatory. They're like, look, we don't want to run for 30 days. We want to get one of our guys to jump on the grenade. If you think you can do a good job and get the charges dropped in a bench trial, let's do it. Like, let's do a solid for everyone else. I tell them, okay. They're going to talk about it internally with their guys, and then we go from there. While that's happening, I'm with DeMarco still. He says, you know what? Fuck it. Rick, if you think you can beat these charges, I've put my life on the line once. I want to do it again. Let me jump on that grenade to help everyone else out. In hindsight, was probably being a bit too naive and optimistic. The thing is, there were judges around. There were 2 judges around and made sure of it. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Should I have waited? Probably. But I called Slacks. I said, look, let's do this. We get to the cells. I request bench review. The judge, who is either Adams or Angel at the time, says, yes, there's enough PC for the charges to hold, right? PC, lower threshold than beyond reasonable doubt.
Which the
This
probable
fucking-
cause was just the DNA, right?
Just blood DNA, right?
DNA, mind you, in the garage and outside, in an event where the police department literally cowered instead of using common sense. Like, I mean, look, I got off the phone with Ruby during that whole thing, and I even 311. I'm like, you do know that there's civilians in that mix, right? That are watching with cameras. She watched it happen. I spoke to her on top of the hospital, and even then, they lost 2 cops, and they're like, let's go discuss plans for an hour. Motherfucker, you have a responsibility to protect the goddamn city. Even
know,
just
it's
set up
funny you point
roadblocks.
that
That's
out.
it.
It's funny you point that out because they literally did not fight back whatsoever. Which is weird because usually they're very aggressive. They're looking for a fight.
Yeah.
They didn't even try to push back. They just cowered in the garage and they could've went
Yeah.
up on the roof. They could have done all these things that you said. They could have done. They didn't do shit. They hit.
The worst thing about it too is, you know, I had a call from Soze. He wanted the entire thing to stand down. I think you were having some phone issues at the time, but the virtual, like, how do I put this? When I was on the phone with Ruby, it was like I was a criminal talking to somebody that was looking for a way as to what what my angle was, right? Like, imagine a guy who's got a clean record. I've even fucking done a crime and gotten away with it. And he's like, hey, we need to somehow just put things on cool. And you can hear them like calculating in their head what their move is to like fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
That's
I-
every damn day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I was about to blow up the PD. I was. We were getting gas tankers. There's about 10 cars. We were gonna blow them up. So they saved those motherfuckers.
yeah.
Well, I
Convinced
think
us to put down the arms and just head home. The battle was already won at that point.
Unless I'm tripping, I could have sworn there was an agreement that things would be left where they were. And to me, these warrants are just a re-escalation.
that's exactly the point I made to Ruby, to Slacks, to Angel. I'm telling you, what I'm gonna tell you is about to get a lot worse. So, warrant gets approved, okay? So I say, okay, whatever, you've got PC. You're not, like, beyond a reasonable doubt, this isn't sticking. I can beat this in a bench trial.
Yeah,
I request a bench trial.
let's get that
Okay.
for you ASAP. I would
Yeah.
even do one better and get it on the docket. So it's
that is the plan.
documented.
Yeah, that is the
And I
plan.
do it like within the next hour.
Yeah,
Let's not sit on it. Let's
yeah.
get that. Let's have everyone hide. Let's see how long it takes. But I do think we need to find out what the fuck is going on with why this re-escalated to begin with. I'm not gonna hold anyone back. Like, this ain't my fucking grand rodeo, right? But like, to me, it's fucking disgusting. Unless, like I said, okay, did I misunderstand, or did they say that they were gonna, like, it was over, you know? Like, pull back. Let's talk.
Well, how do I say this? Soze pretty much showed up and was like, all right, let's wrap this up type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why common sense isn't there.
Yeah,
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck these motherfuckers. Now we're gonna fight this shit. and we're gonna beat this shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're incompetent. They really are. I mean, I'll be surprised if they do this shit within the fucking statute of limitations. These stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that sucks for the people like DeMarco and these other dudes that might get caught up in this shit.
Well, that's
they
yeah.
gonna take their sweet time.
That's the thing, right? So it wasn't that judges weren't available. The officer told me that judges didn't want to take the case. So what happens? DeMarco gets sent up for 700 months, $100,000 fine, and a, good luck on the docket, good luck in a month type of situation. So at that point, I'm seeing red. I'm trying to appeal to Ruby, to Sergeant Frost, all the people that are there. They've got too much of a bruised ego and a stick up their ass to even try to see what the repercussions
Ruby
are going to be.
will not entertain anything. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. She won't.
And
She unfortunately Ruby sees the police department as like her gang that needs to be protected against everything, and that means even when they aren't thinking straight, she's not going to weigh in on that. And it's not one conversation, it's many, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing that worries me about this whole thing is, and I do want to get it on the docket as soon as possible. That night, someone else gets picked up. I don't know who it was exactly. Another attorney had it. I think it was Eugene. As far as I know, same situation. Pled not guilty.
Eugene.
Yeah. There was some rumor that he pled guilty,
Really?
but that to my understanding, that's not the case.
Eugene wasn't even there.
I don't know. I could have the wrong person. Someone
Eugene?
someone
He
got
wasn't even
picked up.
there.
Well, speaking of,
Unless
This-
someone was joking and said Eugene.
this guy's been spreading a narrative. Not that I'm kind of letting it go unbothered, but there's been some traction that you are pulling my strings. Now, I'm letting you know so you have it in the back of your mind.
Oh,
Eugene Zuckerberg in relation to Oswaldo.
what is he even talking about?
Listen, I'm gonna have some very choice words if he brings that up to me
I
directly.
just seen Eugene Zuckerberg get into a car with Raya, who said, "Hey, Grandpa, come on, drive me to see my ex-husband." You know what I'm saying? So like, that dude's in retirement life. He over there being a
Yeah.
driver for some fucking crackhead going to see her ex-husband, man. Like, he ain't in the political game. You don't know what he's talking about.
In relation to him being Oswaldo's, could you give us a second, Rick?
Yeah.
Could you talk to Oswaldo? See if he's interested in work in the north.
Okay, I could talk to him. You want him to drop out of Los Santos and go for Blaine?
Yeah. I
He'll be
think
versus Bobby Charles.
Bobby Charles and Cornwood.
Yeah, Bobby Charles. They want me to convince you to run hand in hand with them. I said,
With
what,
who?
You want Nino to lose the You want Nino to lose the fucking election?
Wait, hand in hand with who?
Bobby Charles.
Oh no, fuck that. Now
That's career
Oswaldo, on the
suicide.
other hand, that I think Oswaldo, based on because Eve spoke to him, he's interested in the whole pie, but he's doing more damage to the bigger cause for his own God knows what. And what I mean by that is the message needs to be carried and not mixed into what can amount to Nino equals Changang, because that's not healthy for the next 6 months.
How do you feel about Cornwood and Blaine County?
I think if Cornwood ends up winning, it'll get spicy.
How so? What you think's gonna happen?
I think Cornwood is going to be very PD centric, which means, well, that means Los Santos ends up leaning in a different direction. And certain crimes, what is sanctuary. I mean, I could imagine moonshine being illegal in one place and you having to go over the borders. You know what I mean? So
You think he's? I see what you're saying. So he'll actually, he wouldn't be running for mayor of Blaine County. He'll be running for head of PD in Blaine County type shit, and really just looking out for the PD instead of the people up there.
yeah, I think Los Santos's vote is significantly more important to everybody than what happens up north, because at the end of the day, most of the shit that happens is down here. And while that might cause some issues, I think Osvaldo being convinced Cornwood's got to go and you need him is going to go a long way. And then, more importantly, because he's got fucking morons like Eugene who was poisoning the pool, I'm not even concerned about the winning and losing. It's more the messaging that is going to make things a lot more difficult to battle. If you get what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like, oh, Nino's doing this for the criminals, because that's not the case, first and foremost. But it can really get things deadlocked.
Yeah, I mean, you were labeled that from the jump, to be honest.
Yeah. And he's just kind of helping spread that message. Not good.
Okay, I'll talk to Osvaldo, see if he's willing to run for Blaine.
I would, I think if you made it based on his messaging, he'd do anything for you. Jump off a building. I think a lot of pressure might be useful.
Okay.
All right. As for this, look, this guy is fucking dead. I'm so disappointed in the PD. I genuinely don't know what the
DeMarco?
fuck. Not even, listen, DeMarco's a fucking dumbass, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they were handed this shit on a platter
And did nothing.
and did nothing, like,
Which is crazy. If they tried and like it fell apart, all right, cool. But they
Yeah.
didn't even try, you know.
no.
They didn't even fucking try. It's just crazy to me.
They could have literally just, I don't know, anything. The guy could have given him his, like DeMarco could have given him his phone subpoena, right? I'm sure there would have been something in there, right? Something for them to look at, like a couple drug sales here or there.
Bank records, raid that house, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you got
Just-
a lot to go off of. Bring the other people in and question them.
Yeah. You're no longer, this is a co-owner of a gang. Like, what the fuck? It's like, it's the equivalent of like if Rami, decided, you know what, I'm going to flip on K and came in and they're like, oh, well, can't do anything with that.
Exactly.
Like, no.
He's not just some random dude. It's like, oh, this is a dude that helped create the gang.
Jesus.
And they just, I don't understand. I really don't get it.
Yeah, not wrong.
And it's not just like some officers, it's all of them. It's all of them. The first talk was with Bones, Slacks, and Coyote. And then me and you had the one with Barrick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
And it's almost like they just entertained it to be like, all right, yeah, we questioned them. And then just do nothing with it.
it's all going to change. I think there's a lot of good offices, right, that can take the reins for a lot of this shit. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, new election coming up, so.
Well, DeMarco's in jail for a while, right?
He's probably out by now. I think 600 months, right? So, I mean, he's probably out today.
I'll have to see what's up with that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Rick. Anything else?
Yeah. So, thing with DeMarco happens. He gets sent up. I try to talk to Ruby, try to talk to Frost. Doesn't go anywhere. It's like talking to a fucking wall. Someone else, same situation. Maybe it wasn't Eugene. I don't know. It was someone else on the warrant list. They pled not guilty. It's the important thing.
Look, I got a dip. I got a
Yeah.
someone in the cells. I'll
Yeah.
well, we'll link up afterwards. All right.
Okay.
You'll take care.